This post is for Ryan Anderson, so I need you guys to tag Ryan and make sure that he sees this video. Being that you're a teacher, Ryan, I know that this might be the easiest way to relate this to you. Because history of a student matters, right? Because that will help you come up with a plan on how to teach that student or what's the best way that student would learn. Their history will tell you that, right? So I just want to spin a block on that, and then I want to show you a few things and you tell me what you think. History matters because it provides context for understanding the present by revealing how the past societies, systems, and events shaped our current world, allowing us to learn from the past mistakes, identify patterns, and make informed decisions about the future. Essentially, it helps us understand where we are now by showing us where we've been. Key reasons why history matters: understanding change, right? But one of the most important parts right here, I think, is learning from past mistakes. By studying historical events, particularly conflicts and failures, we can learn valuable lessons to avoid repeating similar errors in the future. Now, I know you haven't really dug into Gypsy's case. I know you said you've watched like maybe one or two of the documentaries, but not really much. But did you know that Gypsy told Nicholas GODEJOHN that she was pregnant and she was going to name her baby Aurora? Did you know that? Did you also know that there was a second man involved named Dan? Dan was the man that she really wanted to be with. Even when she was in prison, she was reaching out to him. Even as recent as when she was friends with Rachel Garlick. She tried to reach him through Rachel Garlick. Yes, Dan. The man that got away. I want you to think about Nicholas GODEJOHN. Nicholas GODEJOHN was the man that would do anything for her. He would do anything to protect her. He told her, I just want to run away. Let's just run away. And she told him that her mom had to be unalived. That was the only way to protect her, right? I want you to really sit and think about that. And then she turned around and villainized him. Do you remember that part? Let's spin a block on that.
I can't stand him because I went from one abusive person to another.
Does it sound familiar?
I wish he would have been more responsible. He was the first person I ever told that I could walk. I first met Dan
This is the second guy.
convention called Vision Con. We would trade messages back and forth for a while. And slowly, after a few months, I started to tell him more and more about my home life. He was the very first person that I ever told that I could walk. And yeah, I asked him a question. I asked him to kill my mother, but I didn't hold a gun to his head and make him do it. He seemed more happy to do it than anything. And that's why I can't stand him.
And I wanted to believe what she was saying, and unfortunately, I should have listened to my other part of me. Ironic as I was trying to influence her to go with, but she never went with it. She never wanted to run away, so I couldn't get that to work.
He knew. I think he knew that he could easily get me out of that situation by calling the police, being responsible. He knocked on the door 3 times, scratched the door twice, and that was code to let him in.
Even though Nicholas GODEJOHN is serving life in prison, he still has a lot of loyalty to Gypsy, even at his own demise. Now, there's 2 people that were, or 3 that were victims of her past. Which one do you think you identify with? And now, Think about the situation happening right now. Yesterday, you were on live saying that Ken is less of a man because if he left Gypsy while she was pregnant, he's wrong. You've been a victim of gypsies. Gypsy has villainized you. And tried to make the public think you were controlling, you were horrible, you were all of this. Isn't this what she just did to Nicholas Godejohn in that video? Didn't she just villainize him? He should have been more responsible. He should have called the police. Baby girl, you had the phone. You met him on a dating site. You didn't, but he should have. He asked you to run away with him, and you said no. Does that identify a little bit? Doesn't it seem like history? Remember that word? Seems like it's like, I don't know, repeating itself. Right? That's just a question. Just because seeing how this plays out, it seems as though Gypsy loves being in a situation of triangulation with men. And she always has to have two, and she has to turn them against each other. Look, Ken is not a good guy at all. He is a homewrecker. He is someone that, in my opinion, lacks moral scruples. But he couldn't take Gypsy from you unless she allowed him to. And yes, Christy had a lot to do with it. But I really need you to realize Ken isn't the problem. It's Gypsy. There's always Kens around. Always. But the real problem is the person in the middle of that triangle. Ask yourself, which one are you? Because you did state you owe Ken 2 ass whoopings. 1 for taking her and 1 for leaving her. Doesn't it sound like Nicholas Godejohn when he was willing to do anything for her? Don't let that girl make you a victim because of her manipulation. I hope that this sheds some light to you. And it's not because, oh, I just want Gypsy to live a life of hell. No, I think she deserves that, yes. But my concern is more of her victimizing anybody else. And I think you are truly in danger and you just don't see it. I don't think you see it. And I just hope this is a caution to you, at least as a stop sign. You may not listen to anything that I'm saying, but I hope that you do, and I hope that it opens your eyes, because I would hate to see something happen and see you as a victim. Even though you would have to take accountability for allowing it to happen or doing whatever you do. But I really want you to see the bigger picture. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this helps somewhat. Bye-bye for now.